71-year-old Kwan Ng is out of the hospital after being in there for weeks dealing with COVID-19. Again, the 71-year-old was suffering through it. And his daughter, Kwan Ng, who we talked with several weeks ago, had to go to court multiple times to get a judge to tell the hospital in Naperville to allow a doctor to issue ivermectin to treat his COVID-19 symptoms. Joining us now to give us the latest on her father's condition is Kwan Ng. Thanks for taking time with us this morning. How's your father doing?
Hi, good morning. Oh, my father is feeling much better than before. He actually getting strength. His strength is getting back gradually, especially after his return home, and he can get up his back up by himself and stand on walker, but he still can't move freely like before he got COVID because he lost a lot of muscle. However, he just keep doing exercise every day, and he believes he can actually can recover soon if he keep exercising daily.
So tell us about the frustrations you had researching it yourself, looking at how ivermectin's been used elsewhere around the world, and finding a doctor to prescribe it to your father. But the hospital said no. You had to go to court. Talk about that a bit.
Yeah, my dad went to actually hospital in November 14, and then he got into ICU a few days later on 18. And start from when he was in ICU, I just called to the doctor, said I want ivermectin or other medication that works, but ivermectin is one of my recommended. But they just keep rejecting me, and because I see my father's situation is getting worse in ICU, so that's why I contact a lawyer to file a court order, so that my father can get the ivermectin. And this is the beginning of our legal procedure. And finally, although there is some episode happen, but finally we can still get the 5 dosage of ivermectin to my dad, and he see immediate improvement after after using ivermectin.
And now he's at home. So after
Yes.
getting ivermectin, after being in the hospital for several weeks, you had to get the court not just once but twice to order the hospital to allow your doctor to prescribe ivermectin to your father. And you said it was almost immediate after getting the doses that he started recovering and is now discharged from the hospital. How's his spirits? Compare what he's like now to what he was like when he was in the depths of it in the hospital.
So he actually what I saw I said is a improvement is from his brief trial. So usually people in ICU they will try to see whether he can get off the ventilator. For the breathing trial, before ivermectin, he can't pass any breathing trial with different ventilator support. But after 8 hours using the first first dose of ivermectin, he can pass the brief trial. He haven't passed before. It can the brief trial is for 1 hour. He can breathe with the ventilator support. At that time, we still have the ventilator support. It's not, but the trial it can pass for 1 hour. But before he can't even pass a few minutes or 5 minutes. So it's a pretty significant improvement. And 3 days later, he do not need ventilator support to do the brief trial. The breathing test.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And again, just for people listening, this is in no way to be construed as any kind of medical advice. It's entirely up to you and your doctor to discuss any treatment options. We're just sharing with you one story of a woman who had to go to court to get treatment that they felt her father would best benefit from because the hospital in Naperville wasn't allowing for that to happen. Kwan Ng, thank you so much for sharing your story here on the WMAY morning news feed. And I'm so happy that we got to follow up with that good news of your father, Kwan Ng, getting out of the hospital and recovering day by day. Greatly appreciate it, and best to you and your family, okay?
Okay, thank you.
It is the WMAY morning news feed, now 7:59 as we rapidly approach 8 o'clock. And coming up, we'll talk about